particular about anything, go ahead and feel free to take the time now in class for me to answer any of your questions, whether maybe you want to go over the previous example, whatever you want to. It's fair game because, it's the class time. Use the classroom time to ask me the questions. All right. So here, go ahead.
Do you have any recommendations on how to remember which way you're going from top or bottom? I
Unfortunately,
think I got confused a couple times.
unfortunately, I
I
don't.
kept reminding myself.
Unfortunately, I do not have a mnemonic device for you for that,
Yeah,
or any way to just remember it. Usually, what I always do is like if I'm like singing, if I'm just thinking about what FIFO is, I always say,
yeah.
"That first ones in are the first to go." So once I say that, I go from top and I start from the top and I go to the bottom. So the first ones in are the first to go. So when I calculate my cost of goods sold, I automatically know I got to take the first ones out. So there's no real method to this madness just because it's kind of also straightforward. If you're looking at FIFO, what does FIFO even stand for?
First out.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. Last ones in are the first to go. So I start from the bottom because that's the last one I just bought. Okay, so I guess last could be bottom, first would be top, and then weighted slash moving average. It doesn't matter where you start because you're starting from one pile.
Yes.
You only have one pile, so yeah. So that's I guess that's my way of saying, just think of it that way. If it helps you, first FIFO start from the top, LIFO start from the bottom. Okay.
I know I had to keep reminding myself which way I'm going.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our exercise now. So I changed up the dates. I changed up some of the items that we're using, and I changed up the prices. So let's go ahead and start with question number 1. It asks you to yeah. So your inventory is method is Perpetual and it is FIFO. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So what happened on the 5th of September?
Purchased 100 units
Uh-huh.
for $225,
Okay.
and paid
And
with $25.
all right, so here we go down to our inventory worksheet. I think we should definitely figure out, make sure that we keep our thoughts organized. So I'm gonna ensure that when I'm doing this, it is for FIFO.
Yes, I had to do
Okay.
that.
All right. So we know that on 9/5, I bought 100 items at $2.25. Is that what you said? And $25 for freight. So what is my purchase price?
225.
$225. Okay. And if I add 25, my total, yes, is 250. Okay. So what is my cost per item?
2.5.
$2.50. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to update this section right here just so that I know that I have this in my inventory. So this one, we're going to need to pick a color to represent this as batch number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and use the pink, and I'm going to try to keep it as rainbow friendly as possible. So our it's more appealing. I'm gonna do pastel colors. So here's the first one, okay?
Okay.
All right. So what happened next?
We purchased 200 more.
Oh, okay. I guess we purchased 200 more at $2.50. And freight is how much?
50.
50. So here we're going to recognize that on 9/10, I think, September 10th, we purchased 200 more items at $2.50. And my freight was $50. So what is my purchase price?
500.
Yes, it is $500. And 500 plus 50 gives me a grand total of what?
550.
And then how much is my cost per item?
2.75.
$2.75 each. And I'm going to go ahead and add that over here for $2.75 each. And it's for a grand total of $5.50. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. And I'm going to, oopsies, wrong one. I'm going to make this light green. Okay, because I'm gonna make yellow my calculations. Okay, so we're here. All right. What is the next scenario?
September 15th,
Uh-huh.
you sold 100 units.
All right. We sold how many?
120.
120
Oh, I'm
units.
sorry. 120.
Perfect. Okay, so September 15th, we sold a total of 120 units. Now let's look at our batch carefully. We're dealing with FIFO. So where are we, if we're doing FIFO, where do we start?
The first one, 100.
First one.
Exactly. So we only have 100 from there, and we know we need 120. So here my calculation is I need to take batch 1 and I need to dip also in batch 2. Okay? Right off the
Yes.
bat, how much was our first batch?
250.
250.
220. Okay.
Wait. Yes, it is 250.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But it's also 250.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know that this is for $2.50. But we don't need to make the calculation because we could just get rid of this entire full batch right here to eliminate this 100. Now, do you want me to do the calculations in the middle or no?
It doesn't matter
No.
to me if it helps
Yeah.
somebody else. Yeah.
Does it
I
help
think
you,
it's
Andrea?
cleaner. I think
No,
it's
it doesn't
cleaner
matter.
when you don't.
But
Does it?
I know I didn't use it.
You didn't use it?
No, not on this one.
Okay.
No, it's just cleaner without it. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we know that we sold our first 100, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this 100 right here. So I have 0 here, and I have a 0 here. Completely gone. Okay, so now what's my next batch going to be?
From 20 from the second batch.
Okay, how much does each item cost for my second batch?
2.75.
$2.75, and I'm selling 20 of those. So how much do I get? So how much is that?
$55.
$55 is correct. Now let's add these two numbers together, and you should get
305.
305.
$305. Okay, good. Now let's go over here, and we know that we need to subtract 55 from this 550. We also need to subtract 20 from this. So 200 minus 20 gives you
180.
180. And then 550 minus 55 is going to give you
495.
495 is correct. Good. All right. Good. Okay. So, what happened on the next day? I mean, sorry, the next scenario. What happened?
You sold 18 September. You sold 50 units.
We sold 50 more units, okay? So just looking at our inventory, we only have one batch left. So here on the 18th of September, we sold 50 more units at the price of $2.75. So how much is that?
137.50.
137.55.
Yes, $137.50. Okay, and we didn't do any split payments, so that is final. So now we're gonna come here. What is 180 subtract 50?
130.
130. And then what is our 495 minus this 13750?
357.50.
Yes, 357 and 50 cents is correct. All right. Any questions here?
No.
We just
I don't.
subtracted out. All right. Now let's go back to the top. So what happened next?
September 20th. Purchased 300 more units.
At how much?
275. 275
Okay.
and $75 freight.
All right. So here we could go ahead and so we bought 300 more items at $2.75 each, and our freight was $75. So what is my number here? What is my total purchases?
825.
Shouldn't we adjust, are we finished with the cost of goods sold, session?
Okay, so okay, Lee. So we're up here. So what is there we need to do? What do you think is missing?
The adjustment for our sales, 120, shouldn't we have a calculation there? Wait a minute, yeah. We sold 50 more.
Mm-hmm.
What was our original number here in the green?
The 130?
It was It was 180 to begin with.
Oh, right, right.
Oh, right, okay.
So
So we did it over there and not down there.
what do you mean? Where is down there?
You know, I think this is a little more confusing because we're not seeing, since we don't have the sheet that, in front of us that's showing what's happening on each of those days. It's like we have to remember what was up there before. Whereas the way we were doing it the other way, we were listing everything as we go down so we could see what was happening.
Okay. Would you like for me to go back and do it, or how do you want me to set it?
Continue this way. I mean, if everyone else is understanding it that way, I mean, I see what you're doing, you know, and I understand.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, no, I understand what you're talking about too. It's like basically when you're looking at the problem, at the end of it, even though you're taking everything away, it's like you still have, it's kind of hard to go by that because you can't see the work that you've
Right.
done.
Exactly,
All right, good.
yeah.
I'm
Because I
okay,
got-
it's
I was
just the
getting-
calculation is on the right, okay, you know, I'm a little slow getting into this, so, but the calculation was made on the right column.
Yes, correct. Did you want it? Did you want the calculations to be here?
No, that's okay, I get what we're doing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
making
okay.
sure. Okay, no. Okay, so we're gonna continue like this.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. So here so now we're here on problem. What was the date on that one? It was September 20th, right? So
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and actually pull this down just so then we can keep our data organized. So just so that you know when you made your purchases and when you yeah. So here on September 20th, I made a purchase of $300 with 300 items for $2.75 each. And my freight was 75 cents, $75, sorry, excuse me. So what
Yes.
is my total purchases here?
825.
825.
And plus what is we doing, the freight 75?
Mm-hmm.
Oops, just knocked my whole thing out, just a second. Plus 75, we got 900.
Okay, good. And then what is my cost per item?
Cost per item is, just a second.
$3.
Yes, it's $3 even. So here, this is where I can go ahead and put it over here. So for my inventory, I have 300 items. That's costing me $3 each. Should give me a total of 900. And for this one, I'm gonna highlight this, and I'm probably going to make it a nice, uh, a nice blue.
Blue.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. I'm gonna make this a nice blue. This blue right here. And I'm gonna come here and I too will make this blue. All right. Okay, so now that we have this, right? And we have already transferred into our inventory here. So what is the next transaction?
25 September,
Mm-hmm.
you sold 130 units.
250.
So
I'm sorry,
we're
yeah,
at we sold 250 units, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if we come here on September 25th, you said we sold a total of 250. Now let's look at our batches, okay? What are we starting with? Are we starting from the bottom or are we starting from the top?
You're gonna take the 130 first.
We're going to take the 130 first. That's correct. So here we know that at the end of the day, we need to reach 250. Okay? So let me go ahead and make this a calculation. So if we need to get to 250, what is my grand total that I need to take out from the next batch?
120.
Mm-hmm.
120. Okay? So coming from here, we know that our green batch here is going to be for a total of $357.50. So 375.50. Okay? For the second batch, how much is the cost per item?
$3 per item.
$3 per item. And how much is 120?
360.
360 is correct. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add these two up, and what do we get?
717.50.
717.50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Here we eliminated the green already. We don't have it anymore. One more. Oopsies, I should put. All right, and then here we no longer have 300 items. We have $120, 120 items less. So what is 300 minus 120?
180.
And now that we have this, we have no longer have 900. So what is 900 minus 360?
540.
Let's see. 180 times 3. Is that, did everyone get that?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing 870.
What is 870?
You were doing the 900.
Minus,
Was it minus the 820, no, yeah, the 825.
where is this 825? I don't see what number. Okay, not 825.
Yeah,
This is 900,
mm-hmm.
and we're subtracting 360.
Oh, the 360.
Yes, because we sold it.
it's
We don't.
540.
Yeah, we don't have any more.
Right, 540.
Okay. Okay. Now it's whatever you want to be able to do for this one, whether you want to do the calculations in the middle just so that you can keep track of yourself, but also be able to put it here so you can physically see what the transaction is. Okay.
Yeah, when I was practicing, I was doing it in the middle and putting it on the side too.
That is,
So
yeah.
it just kept everything flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Better.
Okay. So now the last thing that we need to do is here for the 27th of September. What happened?
130 units.
We sold another 130 units. Now, here, let's go double check our inventory. We have 180 units. Is that enough to sell the 130?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, it's what? Oh, sorry. September 27, we sold 130 units. What does it cost for the blue one? How much is it going to cost per item? $3, yes. And what's my total here?
390.
Good. Now that I have this, we can go ahead and subtract it from here. So, what is 180 minus 130?
50.
You've got 50 remaining. And what is 540 minus 390?
150.
Yes, 150 should be correct. And if we, just to double check our measures, if we take 150 and we divide that by 50, it should be $3. So at least we know that's correct. Okay. Okay. So this is just a cleaner version. Obviously, this is something, if I were to post this, the only thing that you'd be able to be following along with would be if you were to follow the video that this should be the answer. So again, if we actually did the actual calculations in the middle, it'd make more sense, but we have other problems from previous examples that do outline the middle section. So this is just a shortcut. If it works easier for you, then by all means you can do whatever you want as long as you're able to keep track of your inventory. Now, remember, when you're dealing with inventory, if you are dealing with inventory, right? Every day is going to be different, right? I purchased on the 5th. 5 days later, I made another purchase. 5 days later, I sold something. And then 3 days later, I sold another thing. And then 2 days later, I purchased something. So, for if you were to do it this way, you would most likely forget what just happened because you're not dealing it on a day-to-day basis, and this is us straight shooting it all in one day. Okay, when in reality it's supposed to be separated. So I mean, for my recommendation, it would be best to enter your calculation here just so that you remember exactly what happened, because here
Yeah, 'cause
is where you're going to lose track.
when I was practicing it, I was doing it within in the center, also the calculations, and it just made everything flow a lot easier. I thought I wasn't confused at all.
Perfect. Okay, so it's based on your preference now. I just did this to make it look a little cleaner.
But after getting used to it, I could see where that would probably be good to do it.
Yes, yes, and when we actually have the Excel sheet, I mean, you might be able to go back a bunch of stuff, but this is again, it's just dependent like on how you're gonna remember this, because you're the accountant. If you're going to be dealing with inventory and you want to do it this way, this is how you're going to keep calculating. Now, again, if you're going to be using QuickBooks, you don't even need to calculate this at all. QuickBooks will do it for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. So that is how we solved for that one. And it is 2 o'clock and we only spent about 20 minutes on this problem. I should have made it longer. I'm gonna so yeah, let's just go ahead and just continue their next problem. And if we just finish the rest of the day with all 3 problems, then we can do that, and then we can save the time to go back if you want to go back and redo some stuff. Okay, so let's just continue since we just started the class. So let's continue on. All right.
Okay.
So the next example here is example number 2. Your inventory is going to be perpetual, and this time it's going to be LIFO. Okay. Now, yes, I'm making a continuous problem, but I just want to make sure that you understand each problem. I just want to make it a little different, not using the same numbers, the same thing, right? I want it to be different. So here we recognize here that on the 30th of September, you had 50 units remaining and it cost you a total of $150. So let's go ahead and journalize that first because, again, this is beginning inventory. You need to make sure that you include everything into your inventory. So this was September 30th, correct?
30th.
Okay. We had a total of our inventory. We had a total of 550 and it cost us $150. Now, obviously, if you didn't have the previous problem, we wouldn't have known that it was $3 each, but you can still calculate it here. You could just take 150, divide it by 50, and you're just going to solve right here that it's going to be $3 for each item. Okay? And then for this case, I'm going to actually change the color, and I'm going to make this, actually, no, we can make this one blue, and we'll just go backwards. Dang it, I hit the wrong one again. Okay, so I want to make it blue. So I'm just going to go backwards. So I'm going to go green. I'm going to go blue, green, and then orange. All right, and then go pink, whatever color that is.
Salmon.
Yes. So now that we recognize that this is blue, okay, no associations from the previous example. This is just me continuing. All right. So what happened on October 5th?
You purchased 100 units?
We purchased 100 units.
$3.25?
$3.25.
$25.
Okay. So on October 1st. October 5th. We purchased 100 items at $3.25. And my freight was $25. Okay, so
Okay,
what is my
It's
purchase price?
$3.25.
It's 3.
25
Mm-hmm.
plus 25 for the
Mhm.
freight is 350.
350. Okay.
So 350 divided by, so it's 11, 37.50.
Hmm.
The total cost, oh, no, we got the total cost. Where am I putting?
We have the total cost of 350.
Yeah, right, we're getting our cost per item.
We're getting our cost per item. And what is that formula?
350 total cost divided by the quantity, 100.
Perfect.
At 3.5.
$3.50 is
That's right.
correct. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer that over. So $3.50 is going to give me a grand total of $3.50. All right, and I'm going to highlight this whole thing. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and go backwards. So I'm going to make this green. All right. So here we notice that we just added our inventory for 100 items in here. Okay.
Yes.
What else happened?
On October 10th,
Mm-hmm.
we purchased another 200 units.
At how much?
350 and 50 freight.
Perfect. So October 10. So 10. We purchased 200 at $3.50, and our freight was $50. So what is my total here?
700.
Yes, that is
And
correct.
750. And then 3.75.
So what was it? 750, and each item was $3.75. Oopsies. $3.75 each, and that is actually correct. So 200. Okay, and what is this? 375, and it is giving me a total of 750 even. Okay, and I'm gonna highlight this, and I'm going to make this the salmon pink. Oops, I think I used, no, that's the right color. Okay, there you go.
That's salmon.
All right, so here we have 3 batches now. Okay,
Yes.
all right, so what happened next?
October 12th, 180 units.
Yes, on October 12th. So October 12th, we sold a total of 180.
Yes.
All right, now let's look at this 180, okay? Let's look at our batch, okay? So we have 3 batches remaining, and what is our inventory going to be?
LIFO.
Where did I type in LIFO?
You type LIFO down there
Yeah,
for
with
180.
the 180.
Oh, okay.
180 LIFO.
Okay, that was weird because I tapped up here.
It's a new concept.
Okay, so LIFO. Okay, so now we see LIFO. Okay, so where are we starting now?
At the 375.
At the, which one?
At the item cost for 375.
That's right, cost of 375, or in other words,
75.
we can call this the pink salmon color. Yes, so $3.75, and as you can see, 180, the 200 is definitely going to cost
Yeah.
the 200 is definitely going to cover the 180. Okay, so
Okay.
what is the total here?
675.
All right. Did everybody get that number?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
$675. Okay, good. Now we could go ahead and come over here, and now we're gonna take away 180. What's 200 minus 180?
20.
20.
20. And what is 750 minus 675?
75.
70.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And all right. Now let's go ahead and go what happened next.
We 18 June or 18 October.
18 of October,
You sold another 100 units.
we sold another 100 units. So let's go ahead and go down here. What do we know about this 100 units? Okay, so
You have to first attack salmon color.
yes.
Green.
And then green. Good. Now we're going from bottom to top. So we recognize that, what was it on the, was it 17?
18.
I think it was 18.
Yes, 18 of October. So October 18. We know that the first color that we have is, we only have 20 available. We need to take how much to get to 100?
80.
We need to take 80 from the green batch, and I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to make this yellow to indicate that this is a split cost. Okay, so what do we know about the salmon color?
You could just take
It's
$75.
75.
Yep, because we're
Right.
going to get rid of the whole thing. All right, and then what do we know about the second batch? How much is it going to cost us to sell?
350.
350. All right. And if someone could please calculate that. What is 350? Multiply that by 80.
280.
280.
$280. And then let's go ahead and add these two together. And what are you going to get?
355.
$355 is correct. Okay. Now that we've already calculated our cost of goods sold, we can go over here, and we know that we got rid of the salmon color. That was the first thing that went. Okay, so we know that's 0. So that means we know that the value here is also 0.
0.
Here, we had 100. So how much did we take out of? We took 80.
80.
So what is 100 minus 80?
20.
20.
Okay, and what is 350 minus 280?
70.
70.
$70 remaining is what I should get.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then what else happened?
On 20 October, you purchased 300 more units at $375 and freight $75.
All right. So October 20th. So October 20, we purchased another 300 units at $3.75, and my freight is $75. So how much is that? How much is my total purchase price?
$11.25.
Yes.
And then I'm going to add my 75. So what should I get?
1200.
$1,200. And what is my cost per item now?
$4.
$4.
$4 even. So I'm going to go ahead and update this right here. So we got 300 at $4 even to give me a grand total of 1,200. And this one, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna go for a nice purple. Let's go here. Okay. I'm gonna
You got
highlight.
red yet?
I want to stick with pastel colors.
Oh, okay.
And plus we just had pink, so I don't want to make it too close. Okay, so I'm gonna make it
Okay.
purple. All right, we haven't used purple yet, and you could see the slight difference between the blue and the purple. Okay, so now that we have a new thing introduced here, let's go ahead and look up here. So what happened next?
On 25 October, you sold 200 units.
25th of October, you sold 200 units? Okay, so where am I? Here. October 25th, I sold 200 units. Now let's look at our batch. Which one are we going to be taking out of now?
The purple.
Purple.
Exactly. We're going to take from the purple batch. So since we already know that 300 definitely covers our 200, what is our purchase price here? I mean, what is the cost per item here? $4.
$4.
Okay. And can someone please calculate me $4 times the 200?
Oh,
That's $800.
800.
$800. Okay. And then when you come over here, what is 300 minus 200? Oh my gosh. Wrong one. I hit the enter. So what is 300 minus 200?
100.
Is it minus 200 or is it?
Say that again, Portia?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're talking about the actual quantity. I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay, so we're taking 300 and we're subtracting our 200. So that gives us 100 left remaining of the purple one. And then now we're looking here. 1,200. What is 1,200 minus 800?
400.
All right. And then we can verify that by taking 100 times 4. All right. So we know we're on the right track. Okay, good. Now, last but not least, what's happening here? We are going to, on October 28th, what happened here?
You sold 150 units?
Oh,
We
28, I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah. We had, we sold 120, I'm sorry, 150. You got me reading the second line. And then we remained with 20 units on hand. So let's go ahead and look over here. So we need to get to 120. If we look here, we're gonna have to dab in all three tabs because we got 100 here, we got 20 here, and we got 50 here. All right. So our total that we're going to be selling is going to be for the 1028. We need to get a grand total of 150. And I'm
Yes.
gonna highlight this yellow.
So you're gonna take the 100 from the purple, you're gonna
100.
take the 2 from the green, and then you're gonna take the 30 from the blue.
Correct.
Yep.
So here we already know if we take from the purple, how much is purple worth?
400.
It's worth 400. How much is the green worth?
70.
70. Okay, good. See, we don't have to calculate that. And then lastly, we know from the blue batch, because that's what's going to be left over, how much is each blue batch going? How much per item is each batch going to cost you to sell?
$3.
$3.
$3
Yeah,
each.
so the $3, yeah, $3 is the total of $90.
Right.
Good, for a total of $90. Now, if you guys can calculate 400 plus 70 plus 90, and what do we get?
560.
Yes, that should be actually correct. 560.
Right.
560 is correct. Now, again, now we're going to come here. We need to update our inventory. We sold, oopsies. We sold our purple. Okay, so we no longer have this. We sold our green. Okay, so we no longer have this. And then lastly, we dove in 30 units. So what is 50 minus 30?
20.
20. And what is 150 minus 70? Oh, sorry, minus 90
Yeah.
and $60. If we multiply 20 times $3, we should actually verify that that is correct. $60 is correct. Okay. All right. So we are still good on time. It's only 12:20. We already finished the second one. Now it's your call. You want to just finish off the rest and then ask questions later?
Actually, I have to take a break.
You want to? That is fine. Okay, so we could take a break right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it at 2:20. So please take a nice 20-minute break and come back by 2:40, and we'll finish off the